channel. Another day of gritting today. It snowed, it's currently about 9:30. Snow was forecast around 5:30, 6:30 this morning.
You've missed 19 kilometers of salting. Are you sure you want to get back on route here?
My sat nav decided to have a
salting started.
meltdown. It seems I've only done this
Turn
run
left.
3 or 4 times. It didn't want to help me out, unfortunately. So thankfully it's back on. I've had to do a full hard reset a couple of times, and the gremlins in the GPS or the system is back working with us. So yeah, thank the lucky stars. So yeah, 5:30, 7:30. It was meant to be a light accumulations, and unfortunately that was a lot heavier than the forecast. You know, as you can see, the forecast is the forecast. That's all it is. It only gives you an indication. You know, precipitation, snowfall is quite hard to actually, get dead right unless there's a load of it.
Back en route.
In a cloud,
salting started.
It's very hard to forecast. So yeah, a lot of apps say different wise, but you have to go off the forecast provided. Anyway, so yeah, this is just topping up what has been provided overnight. I think put down three runs last night, so that's about 42 tonne a load. That's going out over 7 big gritters, 18 tonne gritters like
this. After leaving roundabout, return at roundabout salt.
A little tow behind that does really tight places. The big gritter unfortunately can't do for a reason. To ring now, so that's a great start, isn't it? Well, I'll ignore them. It's not what's needed, especially as doing a YouTube video, but more importantly, as gritting as well. Is that still? Yeah, still. Oh yeah, still.
In 410 meters.
So yeah, thankfully the sat nav is back on.
Salting stopped.
We can get cracking. So it's a 20 gram spread. So just to top up what's already been laid.
Salting started.
I did go wrong a bit here. I went that way first, unfortunately. But yeah, we've done it in the other reverse order, so there's no real issue behind it. Say without the sat navs, if you don't know the run, you'd be pretty snookered. So what's more about the truck? So obviously it's the new DAF interior in this truck. It's pretty nice. Got full DAB radio, full digital dash in here. You know, heated seats. There's a suite of nice luxuries, comforts, especially as gritting in the cold weather. Heated seats and all them do make it a nice place to. Has to be got aircon. Not that you ever need it in a gritter off the hot or boiling hot. I usually have the window down a bit, so you always get a cold neck on the right hand side. So I always turn the heating up to compensate. But I could just like to hear the grit. Maybe it's just a sad little thing, but I like to hear the grit. Actually working. We'll knock it down. So yeah, I like to hear the grit working. And thankfully, yeah, that's the case for me. Some just watch the cameras and wait for an error code or something like that. But yeah, maybe it's just one of them things. Pretty sad. Yeah. But yeah, you can do with any route by the sat nav system. We'll do full automatic salting for you.
Salting started.
It is a bit annoying to be fair. I need to find the speaker on this one and turn it down. But yeah, it'll do full automatic salting for you if you really don't know the run or you didn't know your spread rates. So there's nothing saying you couldn't get somebody that's never done gritting in their life and chuck them in at the deep end, and yeah, there you go for it really. So we've got diff locks up on here, but we've got plenty of grit out the back so we can fire that away, can't we?
Off-road.
Sat-nav's decided to give up again.
You've missed 1 kilometers of salting. Are you sure you want to get back on route here?
I don't know, it's having a bit of a mare today, the GPS is. So, yeah. Thankfully, hopefully it'll get us to the ends. Hopefully the route will kick in a bit more. I think I've got one more run after this we're going to do. And I'm probably back on my normal run. So, yeah, at least I'll be able to know exactly where I'm going and won't have to, it's all logged in the brain. Like, you know, on my run, you know, you look at the reference points, you remember it in your head, and you can work it out like that. So, yeah, as you can see from...
260 meters, turn left onto High Street, Salt.
As you can see, it's quite a bit of, well, not quite a bit of slush, but it's more slushy now, so that's why I'm just topping it up. I think -11 it went down to last night locally, so grip works to about -5 at its maximum push, so you can imagine all that snow on top, and that, yeah, thankfully the network amount we put down provided the you know, the tram lines, so we can get to work this morning.
220 meters, enter roundabout traveling and take exit 4 onto High Street.
I haven't heard many people.
Salt.
I haven't heard many people complaining, but you know, it is one of them things that you are governed by the. Someone's took the speaker. Oh, no, never mind. So yeah, obviously when we're coming to different areas, it's your spread width that we adjust on here. I did do one yesterday, but I think the
salting stopped.
So that salting stopped,
started.
to turn it off, but you know, as we're just gritting all the main roads as well, we're going to leave it on, give it a blast. So yeah, we'll obviously change the spread pattern on this one to where we want it for right here. So like now, you might see only gritted do one side of the road, you know, and we can we can come and blast.
Salting started.
Not even know. But yeah, we can grit the other side of the road at the same time via the spread widths and patterns. You know, it gives us a nice ability to go down one road and just grit the others. Obviously, some main traffic and there's, you know, curbs or something to stop the grit travelling to the other side of the carriageway. Obviously, we'll have to come down and do that way as well, because they'll provide a rebound and they won't be able to penetrate or, you know, go across. And then this one here on the right side, spread width. So obviously that's allowed us, you know, the width of the spread out the back. Pretty, you know, says what it says on the tin.
Meters, continue onto High Street.
And then this one here, we've got a blast button, so if we need to blast, it seems people are lying walking in this weather. It seems absolutely absurd. But oh well, never mind. Good luck to them. Yeah, so we've got a blast button here if you really want, you know, got a bad patch of ice, snow or a bank, you can absolutely annihilate it with grit and get that bank running, all that road running back quite quickly really, and once the traffic gets on it to activate, we you know, we can get things moving quite a lot. I think does it dump something like 100 grams or something? It's something insane when you think you're on a 20 gram spread now. It's pretty insane to be fair.
In 255 meters, turn left onto Broadfield Road, Salt.
And then we've got here, this allows us to change the grammage up and down, and it also controls your plough. Obviously we haven't got a plough fitted today because we were taken off in the night due to obviously it not being not warranting a plough, because of obviously the depths. They say, you know, good 4 inches, 100 mil is what you need for ploughing action. So as we didn't receive that sort of snowfall, that's why the ploughs were taken off. A lot easier to get around with new ploughs, because in tight locations with double block cars, you know, you can go through, but unfortunately the plough on it does restrict you on some, not so much on this run, but some of the other runs are really restricted to where they can get to, especially double park cars. I appreciate people leave their cars overnight where they can, you know, and that's fine, but you know, well say you can't grit if you can't fit, or if you can't fit, you can't grit. Maybe something like that. Yeah, that's yeah.
In 240 meters, turn right onto Heathside Lane.
Plenty
Salt.
of 4x4s out now. I'm just going to hit the blast button because we are coming up to the school. That's why you might think I'm a bit of a country-ish lane, but I'm outside. I'm in the middle of the road for a reason, just so we can give it a bit of a blast. Shut the school, doesn't even look like it's open. So I'll make my way back around here. See, obviously we've got, 20 gram spread, and then we've got it on a 6 metre throw, so 3 metres each side of the carriageway, and then we've got it kicking to the right hand side, so you won't see it really on here, but it's giving a good spread to the curb edge, all the way to the other curb edge, because you don't want to be all the way over that side and just gritting the gutter, pretty pointless task, and then also you don't want to have it on it.
In 175 meters, turn left onto High Street.
You don't want to have a higher spread rate on the other side, because obviously it'll just grit into the gutter, and then it's pretty pointless there as well. So yeah, unfortunately not many people let a grit around, so it's a lot better when the road's quieter and it's not rush hour, because we seem to
in 320 meters, you turn at Woodstock Street.
yeah, we seem to get out. So this is the only part on this run here, sometimes where cross-boundary agreements finish, so the neighbouring authority will grit too. There's no real way we can get down without going too far off the network to come back. So, these are the points where you're probably thinking, why on earth is he reversing? Turning around there seems a bit stupid, but unfortunately, because the same neighbouring authority go to here and they turn around at the same point, that's what we well, especially on this run, this is what we do. So if there was a better way of if there's a roundabout or something down there, it's better, we could have done that, but
Salting stopped.
we see there, obviously, because we've come down this way and gritted this way, the sat nav's told us that I've programmed computer, sat nav's told us we don't need to grit there as well. So if you're not really, if you know you're running, you don't really know your spread on and offs.
Salting started.
So just like that, like I almost planned it. You can just literally concentrate on the driver and just tap the screen to get going again. So yeah, thankfully it's a pretty good system. It does come into its own. Like literally, I could never know what one of the other runs is. One of the trucks breaks down, or one of the, something happens and they've left off the end of a route. I can literally start at that route where they finish, tap the route selected, and then hit on route, and then it'll guide me to the end of that route. So obviously all the fleet is restricted to 28 miles per hour. What is that, about 45 kilometres?
In 430 meters, turn right onto Reginald Mitchell Way.
Yeah, so yeah, thankfully no speeding offence is going to be had in a gritter. Obviously big, clunky, they look a lot big, sounds.
Salting stopped.
And it looks a lot, a lot of noise, so people always think you're speedy, but you're not. As obviously got all weather tyres on as well, so there's nowhere, not got 4x4, unfortunately these aren't spec'd with 4x4, for the, I suppose the cost benefit analysis for the days we actually get snow locally in the area. They yeah, it wasn't worth the cost-based analysis didn't stack up, so that's hence why we haven't got 4x4. So they are rear-wheel drive, so when it's really bad, they are quite tail happy, especially if you've got 9 ton at the back. Yeah,
in 430 meters, continue on Reginald Mitchell Way.
It's pretty lively, should we say. So once you take it out of the gritting mode, it does give you, if you're on a carriageway. It does give you full speed back. Not that you're going to be breaking any speeding laws in this really, if you're on a dual carriageway or anything like that. So yeah, we've got a plethora of light buttons here. So I'm not gritting this because this is a part of another gritter's run. So that's why they're gritting it. And obviously then I start down here and take a ride.
In 380 meters, turn right onto Chatterley Road.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, thankfully I can save a bit of salt here, and we can grit to where we are. I should have put the medium mod on, shouldn't I? But hopefully hopefully the standard GoPro is going to be right. So we're just going to grit this, and then we're going to take a ride here. And yeah, this is usually a grip where we get a bit more snow drifts. It's a bit more exposed.
Salting started.
And yeah, this is where it was quite bad the other day through the snow, so I had to do quite a lot of ploughing down here. Thankfully, the team last night did a good job. You might be wondering, not got Pulsar on because obviously working for the authority.
265 meters, left onto Mullins Road.
Yeah, working for the authority, so their gear isn't Pulsar. So yeah, just got to wear what is provided. So yeah, that's why if you're wondering, that doesn't look like Pulsar. Or maybe someone from Pulsar is watching this and thinking, well, that's not that close. So yeah, I won't say the brand. But yeah, no, that's why. Sometimes it can, if you know it's really dark at night, some of the high-vis stuff, the cheaper stuff, you get quite a bad reflection from the windscreen, especially if it's snowing. You know, it's at night. It's not the best thing in the world to have, unfortunately. So this is another one where we'll go up here, and then we go to another cross-boundary agreement with another authority. So we're all intermingles. It's all it's all good fun finding out, you know, if they're tweaking their rules, where they're going to change this year. And quite often not, you do see their fleet on the road, and it's like, oh, you know, you went out earlier, you went out later, or you know, when you don't see them, you're like, oh, you know, what's securing here? You know, have you done wrong? Have you gone too early? Have you gone too late? So yeah, it's pretty funny. And then when you're on a dual carriageway, sometimes you stop the traffic lights, but you have a good back with the opposing teams, shall we say? So yeah, I hope all this sound is decent. I'm not really sure why I haven't just banged the medium or not, but tell you what, we'll give us a blast while we're here, because it's a bit slushy. Should anyone go wrong and they need to go round the roundabout, we usually can tell where the most trafficked roads are, because they're usually the ones that are back to black quickest, or at least you get the tram lines in it. So like this one's pretty well trodden, used. So you'll notice not gritty the other side of the carriageway, because you're going to go around this roundabout and then we're going to come back down again. So we can just concentrate on this side. We'll have a nosy how much grit we got. We should have enough to finish the run. I've done a fair bit of blasting, but yeah, we're not looking too bad at the moment. So yeah, we've got loads of camera modes on here, whichever way you
In
want it to.
260 meters, turn and roundabout.
So yeah, this is where we'll stop in a second for the sat nav green, and then we'll commence this way. Bit of potholes there, another ironic video of potholes. Obviously, you'll get a fair amount more potholes now, because obviously the freeze form effect. So yeah, no doubt watch out for them. They'll be about. We got 2 autos in the fleet, and then the 5 plus the tow guard, they're all manuals. The autos, to be fair, work well in the
Salting started.
paddle shifts, but not like they're a race car or anything exciting, but literally just paddles at the back. Yeah, I prefer a manual, especially for the Snowfall. At least you can, put your clutch in, or you can get going, or you can creep. You can, yeah. It just seems to, you never really seem to get stuck in a manual. And you see, you can go up and down the box to suit, can't you? If you're going down a hill, up and down. You do unfortunately start to.
Salting stopped.
Yeah, I do unfortunately start to slide. I think over the fleet is 210 miles cover per shift, and yeah, it's about 50 odd ton that goes out of a shift across them. So when you stack up doing 600, 6, 8 of a 24-hour period, it does fly out, and especially when it's really bad and you are blasting, it is yeah, fortunately it absolutely flies out. The blasting that's opened that gate at the back and absolutely flying out. Unfortunately the grid doesn't last long, 9-10 ton doesn't suit half go wrong. So we go out about the onboard weighers as well. I say pretty good kit in it, to be fair. We go out about 1,700, well 17,000 shall I say, kilograms. And that allows for the allows for the driver, should we say. So yeah, you'll notice on I suppose you can knock it down to a 4 really, or I can knock it down to a 3. Yeah, we're grid the other side, so we're just literally coming round the other side as well. Obviously when you're ploughing and you've got quite a lot of snow drift, or you have got a lot of snow, obviously you have to make sure there's no pedestrians there, because you don't want to you don't want to cover them. I don't think they'll be too happy. It's not the done thing. So you can see like the slush line in the middle, and then the outside of the road that's been treated. Obviously if people did start to drive over the slush, that'll go back to black, as you say. So really,
in 260 meters,
sometimes,
turn right onto Chatterley Road.
Sometimes it looks a bit dirty, but there is grit down there, and it is, just need to
Salting started.
Just need to trust it. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video a bit more than we're going to give us a bit of a blast around here. It's only a little roundabout, doesn't so much treatment, but while we're here, we can get people that just cut you up all the time. It really is pretty embarrassing, to be honest with you. But yeah, you do a roundabout with your indicator on, big beacons, big lights on.
Salting stopped.
And they just decide to cut the grid up, but
in 265 meters, continue over roundabout.
Never mind. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and 2026 I'm going to try and do more content, more bits and bobs, and hopefully improve my dulcet tones. So travel on a bit more here, and then I'll turn it off. So yeah, thanks for watching. Put in the comments